Ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth.
Under the current trajectory, the fashion industry misses the 2030 1.5 degree target to mitigate climate change by 50%. We are a generation that's entering a war against nature that it didn't choose to be part of. We are the first, but also the last generation who are still able to do something. For those who watch this video, the goal is not to make yet another video on fast fashion, but rather to expose the DNA and the mission of ZOUZOUDAGO for Madagascar, and to try to underline the nuances of a global system which depends entirely on nature, the natural ecosystem, as well as the human system. Fashion is something that concerns everyone on the planet. We love it just as much as we can hate it. Fashion is as much a great love story as it can also take a form of toxic relationship. It's a world-arousing desire and pushing for consumption in the four corners of the planet, a place where all these phantasmagorical elements coexist with various forms of precariousness, exploitation, domination, the quest for power and profit. A product is never as neutral in its production as it relies on raw material extraction, which depends entirely on the current alienating system, oppressive, unequal, and ecocidal. We can never say it enough. The damage that fast fashion inflicts on natural habitats and ecosystems is colossal. From the overexploitation of resources to the use of pesticides to deforestation, which all have devastating consequences, all this at a frantic pace. Ask, what's in my clothes? Some statistics. Did you know? Your rayon or modal t-shirts and dresses are made from vegetable fibres. Research shows that forests are used to make these textiles. Most consumers have no idea of the devastating cost of the clothes they buy and their impact on the survival of endangered species and ancient forests. Rayon and modal, for example, come from wood pulp. This pulp could also come from ancient forests. Canopy is a non-profit organisation. Their campaign prioritised endangered forests. The chemical pulp industry is planning a really aggressive expansion. It's estimated that demand will increase by 112% over the next 40 years. The problem could greatly intensify if nothing is done to reverse the trend. Francis Seymour warns, the longer we wait to stop deforestation, the more our natural carbon sinks are likely to go up in smoke. And according to Rachel Carson, man is part of nature, and his war against nature is inevitably a war against himself. We need to address all three of the planet's interconnected crises together: climate disruption, biodiversity loss, and pollution. Another quote from Fashion Revolution: fashion has a huge role to play in the drivers of climate change, but this also means that fashion holds power in finding solutions. Our barricaded cities are not fortresses impenetrable to climate change, unfortunately. How can we restructure a system if we don't restructure ourselves? We'll have to be lucid. We need to keep working together to find these innovative solutions to make sure we leave no one behind, especially for those at the bottom of the pyramid. Together, create innovation and technology which is democratic and egalitarian, which has a regenerative impact and social equity. What can we do? Ursula de Castro said, There's one innovation that doesn't require technology that we haven't tried: treating each other equally. Let's look at something simple and obvious in front of us. It only takes 3.5% of a population to be mobilised for a non-violent struggle, a group of conscious and committed individuals to change the world.